This is the new Shotkam Gen 4 Mini. Shotkam sent this out, and as much as I love cameras, I was pretty sure I could find a better way to test this thing out. Like, maybe putting it in the hands of someone not as technically inclined. Maybe someone like Fennell. There's no doubt that this man has seen the industry change over time, from hand traps to automatic traps. And there's also no doubt that this man knows how to move a shotgun. Putting a piece of technology into the hands of a FITAS veteran world champion will probably be the best test and review you could possibly ask for. With that, let's get out to Fennell Shooting School, have a little shooting session, get his thoughts, and dive into the details about the new Shotkam Gen 4 Mini.
Oh. 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 Pull. 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 That's gonna look good right there. Pull. 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 All right, number 9, let me see one. Pull. 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 That'll show it real good. It'll show me going around the curve and everything. All right, folks, Jeremy and I just had a great session out here on the range at Fennell Shooting School, playing with the new Shotkam Mini, the new generation of it. Dramatic improvement over the earlier generations I tried. A lot lighter on the gun, doesn't upset the balance of the gun nearly like the old ones, and a lot easier to connect to your pad or your phone and play it back right after you make the shot, see what's going on. Really impressed with this thing. It's going to be great for individuals to use in their own personal training to see what's going on with their shot, and it's also going to be a real useful tool for instructors. Jeremy and I are going to head inside and we're going to talk about the specs of the unit and the differences between the 4th generation and the 4th generation Mini and what it does for you. All right, everybody, back here in the air condition. It's pretty hot out on the range, I tell you. I'm glad to be in here with even though we got the lights and the film going, but I tell you, first thing I got to say is mea culpa. You can teach an old dog new tricks. I played with Shotkam when it first came out, and while it was fantastic, I found it very cumbersome to use especially for instruction, because I felt like I was using a lot of my students' time to set the camera up and record and then download and try to view it and all. And this Gen 4 stuff is really fantastic. We had a great time with it on the range, able to just right off the bat mount it up, no fuss, no muss, no bother. Get it filming great stuff right out the chute. I even did it without my technological help from Jeremy to see if it was easy, and it was easy. The big thing we're talking about here today, besides just Shotkam in general, we're talking about the new Shotkam Gen 4 and the Gen 4 Mini. Okay, seems like not that much about it. It's all the same technology inside, but the Mini is about 2 ounces lighter, about 30% lighter. That's pretty noticeable on your gun when you're shooting and you're trying to capture how the gun handles and how you handle the bird. Now, downside is there's no free lunch. It's got about half the battery life, 5 or 6 hours, good 15 hours on the big one. I would say probably for most sporting clay shooters, the Mini is gonna be what I would give the nod to. But for hunters who are trying to capture maybe a whole day-long hunt, the big camera with the big battery life is going to get the nod, because you can not run out of battery power at that critical moment when that flight of mallards finally comes in. So Mini, that's probably what we're going to talk about here for clay shooting more so than the Gen 4 standard. The Gen 4 Mini, just like the big Gen 4 original, it has a 2 to 8 times digital zoom, and it'll operate in sub-freezing temperatures for those cold morning duck hunts. Not that noticeable on the end of the gun. I tell you, we were shooting today, got the first couple shots, I kind of got to where I really wasn't noticing it a whole lot. Pretty slim, pretty small. It's a much smaller unit in addition to being lighter. So very, very impressed with that. Found it very easy to use. I liked Wi-Fiing it to my iPad a little more than my phone, because I had a bigger screen to look at the shot, and I could kind of see this better maybe in a little bright sunlight. With the phone, we did it with the phone also. The phone worked great. Either one, you just download an app, Wi-Fi connects to it, no muss, no fuss, no bother. It's really easy to use. It's not a big technological hurdle. I really envision the Mini for 2 things. For somebody to buy, to use with their own training. You can see what the gun's doing wrong at the shot. You can see that the gun slows down and the pellets go behind the bird. You can see lots of detail about your gun handling for yourself with the Shotkam. Now that it's not so cumbersome, you don't have to wait till you get home to download it. You can look at it on the spot. I think it's going to have a real value now for people to be able to, in their training. The other side is for people in my position, I think this is going to be a really good tool instructionally. I'm probably going to take it and set it up on a generic, probably Beretta semi-auto that kind of everybody can shoot. And when somebody is not believing that they're behind the bird, I can stick that gun in their hand real quick and shoot a couple targets and let them look and see for themselves. I think it's going to be a great tool for that. The only reason I'm thinking about putting it on a gun as an instructor and leaving it there is, I'm conscious of my students' time and money. If they want to see it on their own gun, take a couple minutes, mount it up on their gun, zero it. Pretty simple process. But for day in, day out, I think I'm just going to leave it on a generic gun. I already have it pre-zeroed, pre-mounted up, and literally as quick as turn it on, have them shoot a few shots, hit the Wi-Fi, look the Wi-Fi integral between the unit and your pad or the unit and your phone, download the videos and watch it. It's gonna be pretty amazing to use out there with folks. Really, really looking forward to it. And I encourage you to think about, especially if you're somebody who doesn't have ready access to instruction, I think the Shotkam could be a good tool. Okay, everybody, we're gonna do a little unboxing on the unit. This is the Mini. It comes in a pretty nice case. It'll be good to keep in your buggy or with your shooting gear. Seems pretty sturdy to protect everything. Inside you get the camera itself with the mount. It's pretty small, pretty light. Really easy just to mount on your barrel. It's got rubberized stuff in there so nothing gets scarred up. Pretty simple to use. On the back here is the port where you charge the camera, charge the battery. You've done that, you just screw your cap back on. You're ready to go. This is your control end of the camera. To charge it, you're going to use a USB-C cord and plug, which it comes with. Very nice. Comes with one tool with 2 ends on it. That's all you need to mount it to your gun. And some spare screws and a little rubber thing additional to keep it from hurting your battery, a couple spare parts. All in a nice little pouch, easy to use, easy to keep up with. Works real nice. Pretty impressed with the packaging. All right, folks, one of the things you'll notice watching the videos is the beginning of the shot. Depending upon how you mount the gun, some people bring the gun up parallel, and so you'll see the reticle coming up to the line. Some people have the gun at an angle pointing up to the line. It'll seem like the gun, the tip of the barrel, it seems like the reticle is on the line in the beginning. Some people like myself have the barrel tips tips up to the line, so you'll see the reticle pointing over the line, and as I mount the gun, the reticle will drop down in the line of the bird. That's not the part you're worried about. What you're worried about is what the reticle does with the bird as you execute the shot. Don't worry as much about how you see the reticle getting to the bird. Folks, one of the other tools you can use this for is practicing your gun mount. Now, you have to realize people mount the gun different ways. There's no one right way, and another wrong way. You just have to be aware of it. It is amazing. You will see all the nuances as you're working the bird. Yeah, with 4K and 120 frames per second, you'll just be able to, the camera quality is great. You'll be able to see the pellets intercepting the bird in the air. It's a pretty awesome system. One of the other cool things, folks, I learned about it, poking around about Shotkam before we did this video, is going through their website. They have a ton of tutorials, how to properly use it, some suggestions, some examples, lots of videos of other instructors. I think you'll find shotkam.com a wealth of knowledge and assistance to help you get the most out of your unit.
Thanks for joining us. Videos like this wouldn't be possible without the help of this channel's sponsors and viewers like yourself. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and even consider becoming a channel member. You can do that by hitting that join button below for early access to videos and to support this channel. With that, this is JP, and until next time,